So, long time no see. I just wanted to pop on here real quick to say hi. I'm still here, still alive. I still want to be on this channel, so I don't want anyone to think that I have disappeared or anything. But you know, just wanted to come on, and I don't have nothing. I got nothing for you. I'm very uninspired at the moment. I don't have any motivation really to really do a whole lot. There's just nothing is really catching my attention. I started this channel to do like DIYs and like art projects because that's what I was doing a lot of the time. And I'm not doing an art project right now or anytime in the near future. So I've had like really no content. And besides that, like, I've tried other forms of content and they don't necessarily do too well. But even, it doesn't matter to me if it does well or not. I just kind of do whatever I want to do because I have nothing better to do. But, you know, there's nothing to really do right now. So that's why I haven't been around. Also, we all know that TikTok here in the US was banned. It's not now, but it was before. And when that happened, I was not one of those people who deleted it off my phone. For real. We were back online within 8 hours. It was like a work shift. We were back so fast. But, you know, I did delete CapCut because that wasn't working. And I didn't know how long the ban would be. I expected TikTok to like come back, so that's why I didn't delete it off my phone. But like I really wasn't like thinking when I deleted CapCut. But I deleted CapCut off my phone. And I really regretted that. It's back now. But when I didn't have it, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to edit my videos now because there are not a lot of video editors on a cell phone that you don't need to pay for. You know, when I first started this channel, the editor that I used had like a watermark in the corner, and that bothers me. Girl, for real, if I'm going to have a watermark down in the corner, I'm not even going to make the video. For real, that is so annoying. I don't know. I hate it. I hate it. I don't want to even think about it. It's stupid. Who wants a watermark down in the corner of their YouTube video, right? Nobody. So I was really irked about losing CapCut, but you know, it's my own fault. But now that it's back, I'm able to edit my videos the way that I was before because, you know, I spent my time downloading other editors and trying this and trying that and having to relearn the stuff, and it was annoying and I didn't like it because once I get used to the way something is, I like it to stay that way, and then when it doesn't, it's just irritating. So I was spent a lot of my time irritated and trying to figure out what I was going to do next, and how I was going to move forward with this channel, and all that. But now CapCut's back, so I can edit my videos, so it's no big deal there anymore. I can now, you know, that's back to normal. Cool, checked it off my list. Still don't have anything to post. I got no ideas for you. Not a single thing comes to mind. And there's like stuff for, what sucks is there's like stuff for me to do. But like I really don't feel like doing none of it. And then I feel like some of it requires like, I don't know, cash I don't want to spend. At least not right now. I don't feel like doing it. Like I'm like, is it really like what I want to do right now though? Like is that what I'm going to pour my energy into? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I have like no things, no stuff. I was thinking about maybe like trying to focus my energy on like maybe doing some kind of short film like I'd done previously. But I don't have a lot of ideas, and the problem with that is like I don't know a lot of people, so I'm not out here like being like, yo, I have this idea, you want to be in this like little stupid YouTube video with me? So whatever I come up with has to be a completely solo project. And you know how hard that is? You know how hard that is to come up with something on your own, write it, direct it, edit it. And 90% of the time, I'm probably not going to choose to put dialogue in because why do I want to talk to myself? I don't. Even though I'm doing it right now, that's different. These are thoughts. Yeah, I don't know. So it's difficult. So, you know, it's one thing to like write a short film or whatever, but it's another thing to have the challenge of, you know, not being able to have like characters. So then it really limits your creativity. So I don't know. I mean, if I wanted to do something like that again, I might, but I don't have any plans right now. Maybe I'll just become a vlogger and just vlog my daily life, because what else am I gonna do? I don't have anything. I thought that when I got on here I needed to always have like a project or like a thing going on or something happening, but that ain't life, man. That's just not life. There's not always stuff happening. And I'm realizing now I'm not always going to have a DIY project going on. So we're going to have to shift the gears here a little bit, I think. So, and then now that I'm thinking about it, because I actually almost forgot, but I did film a video like prior to Valentine's Day, was me like creating handmade like gifts for my boyfriend. And that was going to be the video I posted. And I edited it on a different video editor thing. Because remember, I deleted the CapCut like a idiot. So... So I'm like editing this video on this new editor, and it's going like okay for the most part. It's pretty similar to CapCut, although, you know, everything is different in its own way. But my biggest thing was that it didn't have like some of the same effects that I would use, like for transitioning from like one clip to the other, or the sound that I would use at the end of my videos when I'm like, you know, subscribe or whatever, like, you know, all that was gone. So I was trying to deal with that. No background music that I usually use, which I was like, whatever. And, you know, people don't even really use background music. I like to use it because sometimes I feel like it fills in the space nicely. And I like the one that I use because it reminds me of like Club Penguin in a way almost. I feel like I'm like down at the pizza parlor. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. But just so, you know, so I was frustrated with all that. But I made the video and I edited it and did all that, and it really wasn't like done all the way, so I hadn't like really saved the final like project to my phone just yet. And I think CapCut came back shortly after, because TikTok was like, it was like back, but it wasn't in the App Store, right? If my timeline is correct, it was like back when we were using it, but it was still temporarily like you couldn't like download it in the store or anything yet. So then when it officially came back, because everybody was talking about how like TikTok had the update, and you know you can update it, and some people were like, oh, don't update it, just none of that matters, right? CapCut wasn't in the store just yet. For some people it was, but for me it wasn't till like the next day, I'm pretty sure. So then I was like, oh, well, if CapCut's back, then like I'm just going to use that, right? But which then I'm thinking like I have to start all over, of course, re-edit the video, and I'm not looking real forward to that. I don't mind editing. I do enjoy it. To an extent that I've noticed, though. Like, if I ever had like the opportunity to like have an editor, 100% baby. 100% I'm having an editor, because I don't know. I'm not the greatest, and I'm sure over time with practice and stuff I can get better. Sometimes I watch a video over and over and over so many times. Sometimes it will lose its appeal to me almost, and I'll be like so over, like you just have seen it so many times. And I don't like that feeling, because I want to be proud of my work and not feel like I consumed it thousands and thousands of times over and over, then I'm just like over it to the point, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, that's the best way I feel that I can explain it. But so I'm not, you know, I like to edit, but sometimes, you know, especially like if I lose a project, as that's happened to me before in the past, where I like everything got corrected somehow and I had to start over, and I wasn't real fond of that. So, you know, things like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna use CapCut, of course. So I deleted that video editor, didn't download the video that I had edited, was just planning to start over, and I just never did. I just never did. Valentine's came and went, and then another week came and went, almost to the point that we're here now. And as you can see, that video never saw the light of day, and I'm pretty sure the clips are still on my phone, and I'm probably gonna end up deleting them. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll go back and watch it, and I'll decide if it's worthy. If it's funny enough or whatever, if I feel like it's a good time enough, because the project itself is not good. It's not like the project I made is something that really needs to be shared with the world. Like, you gotta see this. It's really nothing special, honest to God. But, yeah. There was that did exist, and that was gonna happen. But, you know, I'm the whole CapCut thing, and that's not to blame. You know, me is to blame. I is to blame. I am at fault for not putting in the work, putting in the motivation. I know that. I know that. But you know what? Maybe if CapCut had just been on my phone to begin with. And then another thing that I think like stumped me a little bit on like moving forward and made me like really like take a step back and think like, okay, what direction are we actually like going to move forward in? Like where are we going with all of this, right? And I feel like got a tickle on my edge of my nose here. Hold up. Okay, so so recently I had kind of posted like these jokes on TikTok about, you know, things that Sims do in the game. Stupid things like catching stuff on fire and standing there for a good 10 minutes before taking action, setting babies outside in the snow, you know, the usual. And they did like really, really well. One of them got reposted by The Sims official account on TikTok, and it's got like 1.2 million views. The other ones are up like thousands, these huge numbers that I could have never like really fathomed, especially for these jokes. I was like, didn't really expect it. It was just snowing outside one day. I'm a big player of The Sims. I like to play The Sims. I love it with my heart dearly. But I just thought of it, and I was like, that's funny. But I didn't really think much of it because most of the jokes I post don't hit the right audience, it seems. They're always right over everybody's head. So, I was really, like, happy about that and really, like, ecstatic. And I really thought that, like, this was a really good opportunity to get noticed. But I kept feeding into the Sim jokes because that's what was getting me the attention. And I didn't make a whole lot of them. And honestly, there's thousands more to be made. I could go on and on and on for, God, probably the rest of this year making all these Sim jokes and build my catalog and all that. And that was kind of my plan at first because I was gaining all these followers. I went from like having 300 followers over there to like 2,700 now. I think I'm almost up to like 3,000. And that was just so like such a rush and such a great feeling that I was like, okay, well, I'll focus on this type of comedy and that will give me that push forward and get me out there and get me noticed. And that happened before the TikTok ban because I remember being kind of like let down that I was going to lose all those followers, but I was hopeful that like they would come over to my YouTube channel and like not a single person. And I was like, oh my God. So then I like freaked myself out and I like started worrying and I was like, I'm not really getting noticed like for being like myself though. Like I'm just kind of making these Sim jokes and I don't want to really be known like the Sim girl, like, you know, have my 15 minutes of fame or whatever, 5 minutes of fame and then slowly die out and never be known again. And so I thought, like, is this an opportunity for me to, like, shift my content to, like, should I be making, like, stuff about The Sims? But the more I thought about it, that's, like, not who I am as a person. Like, I like The Sims, but, like, The Sims is, like, my escape from reality. Like, that is where I go to pretend that I'm not me. Today, I'm Charlotte Benningham. I'm not me. I'm Liza Pancakes. I'm Bella Goth. I am not these, you know? So, it was hard for me to, like, kind of shift my content. And also, I don't have, like, equipment or the setup to, like, I don't know. Like, if I was to do, like, gameplay or something, like, I don't have, like, I don't play on a computer. I play on a console. So, I don't really know how to, like, how am I supposed to record my television? And then I know that, like, there's a way for me to screen record on my console, but, like, it requires a lot of effort that I'm not willing to put in to do that. You know, it's a whole thing. I have to, like, record it. I'm recording myself on my phone, and then I would have to put that video on YouTube privately to download the video to myself, and then I would have to put the two clips together, and then I would have to re-upload. It's like a whole thing. Like, I've looked it up, and I've tried to find, like, easier ways, and that's, like, the only thing that I can figure out. So, you know, I just... So, I kind of, like, backed away from that because, like, that's not, like, what I want my content to be focused on. Like, I don't want to get wrapped up in this whole, like... I don't know if that's, like, where I want my content to go. Like, I don't think I want it to be about The Sims. A big part of that being is like I love to play video games, but I don't really think that that's like who I am as like a content creator. I have always been really interested in music, film, television, and my thing with that is always about telling a story. Like I love a good movie that tells just a good story. I don't really even care what the story is about. My favorite kind of movies and stuff are stories that tell about just a random person in their random life. You know what I mean? Like, they're just, I don't know, I think those are, like, the coolest kinds of movies and the best kinds of movies. Like, I would take that over any kind of, like, Hollywood blockbuster any day. Like, those indie type of, like, you know, just storytelling. So, that's, like, who I want to be as a person one day. Like, I have a lot of ideas that I am hopeful to bring to a reality someday. How to do that or how to get there, I have no idea. I hope that YouTube will give me that opportunity. But I know that, like, switching to Sims content won't. Like, if I want to be someone who's going to tell a story someday through film, whatever it may be, then I feel like shifting my content over to the Sims kind of, I don't even know what to call it, but I feel like that's not what is going to open that door for me. Or maybe it would be. I really don't know. Who knows? But I feel right now that that's not really would be the direction that would take me where I'd want to see myself in a few years. You know, I have so many ideas and just hope that I'll have an opportunity to work with the kind of people who will align with those ideas and want to also tell a story and stuff. So I have big ideas and stuff, and I'm always have been focused on like film. For a big portion of my life, I wanted to be involved with music. But yeah, I've never had access to any resources or good at making connections with people or anything like that. So I think that the best I was even going to go to school at some point near me to learn how to like work in broadcasting. And they were supposed to set me up with like a career after graduating, but that kind of fell through with my age. My mother was not willing to co-sign for me on that. And then by the next year, when I would have been able to probably go by my, not need a co-signer or whatever the deal was with that, my car was stolen and crashed by my brother and was never replaced. And that was a whole thing in itself. Yeah, we're not going to get into that right now, but that kind of like caused a barrier block for me to have that opportunity at that time. So, like, I guess it just wasn't in the cards at the time for me to, like, go to school and learn how to do that. So, what I do have access to and an opportunity to do and YouTube, that is all that I have, and that will hopefully be my pathway. So, if I want to get on here and focus on vlogs and editing or whatever, then, but making short films on here, even if it's just myself, I think would be a better opportunity and a better door to be opened for someone who wants that kind of life and future. So I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? And at the same time, I don't really know what I wanted it to be about, because I thought I wanted it to be about like doing arts and crafts and like DIYs and like finding budget-friendly ways to revamp your home. Because at the time, like, that was my big thing. It was like I really didn't have like a whole lot of money to be going out and buying like new furniture and new decor for my house. So like my goal was to like make a lot of it, or as much as that I could. So that's what I thought it would be centered around. But I'm not always like bringing stuff in and like always DIYing stuff. So I don't know. I kind of like to do all kinds of stuff all the time. I'm always changing it up, doing different things. So maybe I should just vlog my life, and then when I'm old, I can look back on it all or something. Because other than that, I don't know. But the nice thing about having a really small channel is I feel like it kind of gives me more of that opportunity in a way to kind of explore what I want to do content-wise, who I want to be person-wise. So I guess it gives me time to kind of figure out my little hidden talents and my little skills and stuff. Because I don't quite feel that I have figured those out quite yet. So maybe this will just, I'll just experiment little things on here. Other than that, I just really wanted to pop on and say, hello, hope all is well. I am still here. I have just been sitting in this house trying to figure out what I want to do on this platform. But you know what? My thing is I always feel like I need to I don't want to be one of those people that just get on here and ramble, right? But there's like thousands of people who constantly get on the internet and do nothing but ramble. And a lot of those people have made careers out of doing that. And I thought to myself, like, maybe I should just really get on here and like ramble, because I feel like I'm a pretty good rambler, because I feel like I spend like 90% of my day rambling about stuff, right? So why don't I just get on here and ramble, right? I'm going to ramble anyways when my man gets home later. All I'm going to do is ramble. I'm going to ramble on, but just stop. Fine, I can knock it off. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's my hidden talent. My hidden skill is rambling. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get on here and just ramble more. Yeah, I guess that's it. I think I'm out of thoughts for now. Okay. Take care. Goodbye.